Hi all, welcome to Cine's classroom. Myself, Cine Madhavan. In today's class, we are going to conclude the topic formation and incorporation of a company by discussing the last phase, that is commencement of business. So the different stages in the formation of a company are promotion, incorporation or registration, capital subscription, and the last one is commencement of business. So after subscribing the securities, that is shares and debentures, and getting the minimum subscription, the public company with share capital will be making an application towards the ROC for seeking certificate of commencement of business. Only after obtaining this certificate, the public company with share capital can start or commence their business. Before moving into the detail of certificate of commencement of business, we will be making a small fact check. So the concept of commencement of business was included in the erstwhile Companies Act 1956. Again, when the new Companies Act 2013 was enacted, the concept was contained in Section 11 of the Companies Act 2013. Later, in 2015, the Companies Act was amended, and as per that amendment, this concept of commencement of business was omitted. That is, Section 11 was omitted from the Companies Act 2013, and it was done through the Companies Act, the Companies Amendment Act 2015. Later, recently in 2018, the concept of commencement of business was reintroduced by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs by passing the Companies Amendment Ordinance in 2018, and the ordinance was signed by the President Sri Ramnath Kovindji. So the concept got reintroduced in 2018. That is, it was mandatory after this passing of ordinance that public companies with share capital or companies with share capital need to obtain the certificate of commencement of business to start its activities or start the business or commence the business. So any company with share capital which is formed on or after 2nd November 2018, that is the date in which the ordinance was passed. The Companies Amendment Ordinance was passed. So a company with share capital formed on or after 2nd November 2018 is mandatorily required to obtain the certificate of commencement of business, and they have to file a form in 20A and give certain declaration, and we will discuss that. And also companies which is formed before 2nd November 2018 and companies formed after 2nd November 2018 without share capital needn't file for commencement of business, because as per the 2015 amendment, this particular section was omitted. So it was not mandatory to have a certificate of commencement of business. But in 2018, again, it was reintroduced. So after that date, on or after that date, any company with share capital need to obtain the certificate of commencement of business. But any company formed before that date, that is before 2018, but after 2015, they needn't obtain the certificate of commencement of business. Similarly, the companies without share capital which is formed after 2nd November 2018 also needn't obtain certificate of commencement of business. I hope I didn't confuse you people a bit. The only thing is that a company with share capital need to obtain certificate of commencement of business, and they have to file a form towards the application towards the ROC along with certain declaration, and that is given in form 20A. Is that clear? A public company with share capital need to commence its business only after obtaining the certificate of commencement of business, and the same should be obtained within 180 days of incorporation of the company. For obtaining such a certificate, the public company need to give an application towards the ROC, and the application should be accompanied with a declaration form given by the directors of the company in Form 20A. So the declaration states that the directors gives a declaration which states that every subscribers towards the memorandum have paid the full value of shares that they have undertaken to pay. That is, we have fully collected the money of shares from the applicants, the shareholders or the subscribers towards the memorandum. So that should be one of the declaration given by the directors, which will be filed along with the application given to ROC. So a declaration which states that every subscribers to memorandum has paid the value of shares that they have undertaken to pay. And another declaration stating that no money is pending to pay back to the applicants. That is, there are cases wherein we are issuing 100 shares and we get 150 applications. So 50 is excess, isn't it? We have offered 100 shares and there are 150 people coming for, or applicants coming for subscribing the shares. So in that case, there is excess subscription. We have to return back money to those applicants to whom we cannot allot shares. So again, the director need to file a declaration in which they state that no money is pending to pay back to any of the applicants. And also the declaration should contain that all the aforesaid requirement has been satisfied with due diligence, that they have undertaken all those activities. A declaration that all the requirements have been complied with. Such a declaration should be signed by the directors or the secretary of the company and should be filed along with the application towards the ROC. Is it clear? It's a very simple step. That is, we are filing with the ROC an application to obtain the certificate of commencement of business, and in which we are, along with the application, we are filing a form, that is Form 20A, which contains a declaration given by the directors stating that the value of shares subscribed by the shareholders has been obtained and there is no pending money that need to be paid back to the applicants, and that all the aforesaid activities have been complied with. Such a declaration should be filed along with the application towards the ROC. The declaration should be signed by the directors or the secretary of the company. The registrar of companies, after receiving application and the necessary documents from the public company, will be verifying the same, and if they are satisfied, they will be issuing a certificate of commencement of business. So the public company will be giving an application. Along with that, necessary documents and the declarations in form number 20A will be filed with the ROC. ROC, on the receipt of the application, will be checking the same, and if they are satisfied with the validity and authenticity of the documents submitted by the public company, they will be issuing the certificate of commencement of business. So that is all about the last phase in the formation of a company, commencement of business. So a public company, after obtaining the same, they can undertake business activity. So the entire topic of formation and incorporation of a company consists of 4 phases, and that is promotion, incorporation or registration, capital subscription, and the last one is commencement of business. A public company with shared capital can commence its business only after undergoing all the 4 stages. But as far as a private company is concerned, or a company without share capital is concerned, they can commence their business soon after the incorporation procedures are over. That is the first 2 phases. I hope the concept is clear. The entire concept of formation and incorporation of a company is over. In the coming classes, we will deal with other aspects of company law. Any doubt or any explanation further needed, and for suggestions, please write to me in the comment box. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.